Hey everybody, you're watching Bull Boom Bear Bust. It is Tuesday, August 31st, 2021. I've got a lot of updates to give you today, a lot of important news that we want to cover here. Things continue to head in a very, very dark and a bad direction for um, America and Americans financially. Now, a lot of people are going to be seeing a lot of trouble coming up here in the very near future. We've got the evictions, the ending of the federal unemployment benefits. Those were extra benefits on top of the state benefits, where if someone qualified for state benefits, they would get an extra $300 or so per week. Now, up until now, about half the states still have that, but all of the remaining federal unemployment benefits are going to be ending. So this is going to be a very tough time for a lot of people when you take away $1,200 extra per month on top of regular unemployment benefits. And add on top of that, what about the people that are going to see their basic unemployment benefits end, right? So after a certain amount of time, those benefits are going to end. Will there be enough assistance programs and payouts to keep all of these people fed, housed? It doesn't look good, people, but let's go ahead and get into this. I feel like we're headed towards the biggest economic collapse that we've ever seen. It may be an inflationary, a stagflationary collapse, but either way, a lot of people are going to be broke. Too many people are going to be broke, not able to afford basics, food, shelter, and it's not looking good. But let's take a look at this recent information here regarding unemployment. Now, Joseph Zabalos tweeted this out. Around 7.5 million people are poised to lose all federal unemployment benefits in a week. They're going to zero in the unemployment benefit for federal. Jobless aid as Delta cases plus hospitalizations surge. The looming unemployment cliff is 3 times larger than the biggest one in 2013. So this one is a monster compared to this previous one. Let's take a look at this more close up here. And this shows you a bar here of the current cliff here for 7.5 million people. And we see the previous ones where the federal unemployment benefit had to be sent out to help people, December 2013 and December 2003. So this latest one dwarfs the millions of people that lost their benefits under those previous programs. And I know it seems like everything is normal. A lot of times when you look at people shopping, people seem happy, they're out spending money. A lot of people not a care in the world. But how can people think that something is not going very, very wrong here when you see just charts like this and when you see all the information that we cover here? Right? Why are people so confident that this economy is going to be endlessly propped up and that we're never going to see anything worse than what we've already seen? I think we're just entering the woods. I don't think we've even seen even close to as bad as we're going to see. I think it's going to be, in my estimation, maybe 10 times, 20 times, maybe 100 times worse than what we're seeing now. Nobody really knows because you can't predict or know the detail or the exact type of manipulation that's going to be continuing here as we head down this path. All right, so let's transition a little bit here. This is pretty ridiculous. This is out of Yahoo News. The wealthy, not the Fed, are to blame for low interest rates and rising inequality, study says. So no, it's not the Fed that sets interest rates, it's the wealthy. So according to this article that's citing a study, Jeff Bezos is in there. He's lowering interest rates. He's buying bonds. He's buying mortgage-backed securities. You see what they want to do? They want you to blame the rich. That way you've got the poor fighting with the rich, the poor angry at the rich, instead of being angry or instead of acknowledging the real source of all the issues that we're seeing here. So what you'll probably will see is people angry at people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and all the billionaires that they see, many of them, some of them flying into space and wasting a lot of money. And they're going to say, yeah, it's their fault. You know, they caused this. They're too greedy. And sure, I don't like to see these people wasting money when there's a lot of people out there that need help. But let's be real. Let's see what the real issue is. Is it the billionaires flying into space and wasting money and not paying their fair share? Or is it the overall structure of the monetary and the financial system where banks can loan out endless amounts of money without any repercussions? And also, we should ask ourselves, would the mega rich, the billionaires, have the money they have if it weren't for the system of, again, printing endless amounts of money out of thin air? I think you know the answer to that. And also, when you talk about rising prices, you have to talk about housing. Is it fair? Does it make sense that institutions, that many of them are on leverage and they're investing money that they actually don't have, they're on leverage, they're borrowing, they have corporate debt, many of them are buying homes and outbidding many of the people that are trying to buy the home to live in? And let's take a look at this next report here regarding housing out of ABC. Home prices soar at record pace in June. Nothing new, just more of the same. But take a look at some of the data out of this article, and I'll just read it verbatim here. Another challenge for would-be homebuyers is competition from investors, including Wall Street firms who are purchasing single-family homes for rent. Nearly a quarter of all existing home sales in July were all cash sales, up 16% from a year earlier. Now, we told you back in the second quarter about how institutions bought record numbers of homes, and at that time it was about 15% of all sales. Well, they're giving us a number here that about 25% were all cash sales. So it looks to me like a big part of this is institutional buyers. Now, there could be some non-institutions, some people with enough cash to pay cash for a home and not need a mortgage. But this big uptick in cash buyers tells us that the next quarter, once this current quarter's numbers come out, which they'll come out in the next quarter, but third quarter numbers are going to show a big increase in institutional buyers. So essentially, institutions have renters by the throat. The renters can't afford to buy because they get outbid when they're trying to buy a home. We have several, in most cases, you have several offers you're going to be competing with to buy a home, including those coming in from institutions and corporations. So that forces people to rent, and the institutions and the landlords that are renting these out, they're going to charge higher rent because they paid more for the house. You see, so never-ending ladder where one gets higher, the other has to get higher. Home prices get higher, rents get higher, and vice versa. We have to ask the question again, how much longer does this continue? How much turmoil is going to unfold until something changes, until something snaps? Will there be a situation that brings this whole house of cards down? Either way, it's not looking good, folks. How far are they going to take it? Well, the answer to that is as far as the banks want to take it. It's all under the control of the banks. The banks run the game, people. All right, thanks everybody for watching the support. Hope you're doing well. What do you think about these rising home prices, the institutional buyers? Just record-setting increases in home prices. We're coming up on $1 million here in San Diego. If one more year of increases like we saw the last year, we're going to be approaching $1 million. Just blowing my mind, but it really shouldn't blow my mind because we saw this coming a long time ago. Thanks everybody for watching again. Stay well, stay safe, keep stacking, stay positive. Bye for now.